Adam Sandler is a better actor than Daniel Day-Lewis.
What in heaven's name are you talking about?
Okay, so I figure that nothing in life is a foregone conclusion unless and until it is foregone and concluded. Now, whether you believe my statement to be blasphemous or slightly interesting, let's indulge ourselves. First and foremost, Adam Sandler knows how to make money. I fully acknowledge a movie's success at the box office is neither directly correlated to the quality of the actors involved nor the greatness of the film. Nonetheless, people go out in droves to see Sandler on screen. We've plotted every feature-length film, disregarding documentaries and limited releases, that each actor has appeared in. So let's take a look at Adam Sandler real quick. Sandler's highest grossing film is Hotel Transylvania 2, and if you don't count animated features like that, it would be Big Daddy. The highest rated film on the tomato meter for Sandler is Paul Thomas Anderson's Punch Drunk Love, which came in at 79%. Jumping over to Daniel Day-Lewis, his highest grossing film, Lincoln, earned $182 million. And his highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes? Well, let's look at it. Man, oh my gosh, he's had 9 movies at 90% or higher. That's a lot of good movies. Lewis holds the #1 spot with his film Lincoln, earning the most from any movie between the two. But then Sandler goes on to have the next 17 top-earning films before Gangs of New York comes in at 19th. That leads to Sandler's films having earned unbelievably more over his career. Sandler has raked in a ridiculous $2.78 billion at the box office. That puts him at 27th of all time and among the ranks of Brad Pitt, Ralph Fiennes, and Cate Blanchett. Daniel Day-Lewis comes in at 454th, falling just short of Tina Fey and a few spots ahead of Justin Timberlake. Is there really any denying which company you'd rather have? Now let's shift our focus from how much money these films made to how they were received by critics. The difference in how often Lewis's movies are critically acclaimed compared to Sandler's films is quite stark. 88% of the time compared to 16% of the time. However, I would attribute very little of this difference to the actors involved. Of the 42 movies Sandler has been in, only 5 are fresh. We all know the importance of directors and screenwriters in making a movie great, and Sandler has certainly been left out to dry when it comes to collaborating with great directors and writers. No actor, not even Lewis, could drag a movie like Pixels up from the grave. And when Sandler worked with a great director in Paul Thomas Anderson, he accomplished the greatest work of his career in Punch Drunk Love. In fact, the role he played was so impressive that it convinced Lewis to take the role of Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood, which got him his 4th Oscar nomination and 2nd win.
And the Oscar goes to Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood.
Who's to say that Sandler couldn't have been doing this type of work all along? Of course, Sandler is contributing to the movies he stars in by ways other than acting. Whether he is writing or producing, neither of which he is great at, his skills to do either are independent of his skills as an actor. Lewis only acts, and he leaves the directing and writing to those more suited to do so. Lewis has made the better choices of who to work with, and it shows in the praise his movies have received. I believe Kevin Bacon puts it perfectly when he says, "A good director creates an environment which gives the actor the encouragement to fly." Lewis is often flying because he is enabled to. Meanwhile, Sandler, through poor choices of writing and choosing directors, has strapped cement blocks to his acting feet that has disgraced his talents. Daniel Day-Lewis has propelled his work into 5 Oscar nominations and 3 wins for his roles as Abraham Lincoln, Daniel Plainview, and Christy Brown. Lewis has Sandler beat by a mile in this regard, but is that really how we want to judge actors? With his most recent win for his role in Lincoln, Lewis became the first male performer to win 3 Academy Awards for leading roles, but his fellow Oscar winners are not the nicest bunch. Lewis is head among Matthew McConaughey, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Jamie Foxx. On the other hand, Sandler is in the ranks besides Johnny Depp, Tom Cruise, Jim Carrey, Bill Murray, and even Will Smith. Again, which seems like the more appealing group. Now I move to my final point. What truly makes Sandler the greater actor? When the scene starts rolling, Adam Sandler shifts into whatever character he's portraying, and then when he hears cut, he's back to being Adam. That is true acting. Like Lane Garrison from America's Prison Break once said, "To be a good actor, you have to feel life and observe life." That is what Sandler does. He puts it on the screen time after time and never attempts to be anyone other than himself. That man lives life. Now we look at Daniel Day-Lewis, commonly referred to as a method actor. He becomes the character in the role he is playing. From the moment he dives in until the last scene is cut, Daniel Day-Lewis ceases to exist. How much can that be considered acting? I'm not trying to discredit his effort, but I simply call this something other than acting. I call it transformation. Lewis is a transformer. Sandler is an actor. What does all this mean? It means that in this summer's Transformer sequel, Lewis should have been cast as a Decepticon because what on earth would be more entertaining? It also means that Sandler's movies will continue to suck and make money. But let's not fool ourselves at who the true genius is.